Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to Market Recap and Charting Results. Let's start analyzing Nifty in the daily time frame. So as you can see, there has been a gap up and price has faced resistance from 24,400 level, which was a swing higher high uh, support previously. Now it has taken support, resistance from the same level again here. What we can expect in the market, let's see. And right now we have something like a strong sell-off from the first hour, and then price tried to turn upside, but still the candle looks kind of bearish here. So there are two things we have noted. Price has come to previous resistance, previous support, now turned into resistance, and the sell-off in the daily time frame. And GIF Nifty is forming something like a bearish engulfing pattern. And bearish engulfing pattern, I want to describe how to trade it and how we should plan trades in it. First of all, when there is a bearish engulfing pattern, it's a two candlestick pattern and it is formed in an uptrend. So we have a uptrend here and there are two candlesticks here. For example, if we take this as a bearish engulfing, so the price has to engulf the previous candle's real body, that is open and closed range. So it has engulfed and closed below the range here, confirming the bearish engulfing pattern. And the next thing we should notice the trend in 15-minute time frame. So if I'm checking 15-minute time frame, so I'll mark this as support here. So if you mark this as a support, or the support 15-minute trend here changes to sell, and we can see there is a trend change of trend and price comes, but it is not trying to break above this high. The structure is saying something like this. So we have a sell off, it comes to sell off again, and the price is not making higher high, it is still bearish until this high breaks, and then we have a clear-cut breakdown. So this supports somewhat, it is breached. Sometimes it happens, but it starts to come for a selling here. So this is how the structure should change in bearish engulfing pattern for shorting opportunity to come. And the one more important thing is bearish engulfing pattern in a sideways trend has no significance, and we can see this is something like a sideways market. This is a bearish engulfing. Price starts to come down a bit, again we are going up. So bearish engulfing has no, this is also a bearish engulfing. So if you see, bearish engulfing has no significance on a sideways market. It has to close below previous the candles range, like something like this, and then come for a pullback or anything like that, then you get a shorting opportunity. Nifty has a good probability of working with bearish engulfing one. Here you can see price has reacted off really well and gave a sell off. Again, we have this is a slight trade here. So we have multiple trades where price has given a sell-off based on bearish engulfing pattern. So if you see, this is also a bearish engulfing, price engulfing the previous day's candle and closing below it and giving a trade. So if you have to backtest and see how price has reacted and what has happened in the bearish engulfing pattern, which is very much important if you are trading. And if you see, this bearish engulfing did not close below and it is going up. So, and it is also sideways. So it has no bearance on the market. And if you see a bearish engulfing, a slight pullback, this is a short-term pattern, meaning that a slight trend change of trend is possible. The next few days, again, we might try to go up, which is possible. So you have to be vigilant and not get stuck with the buyers. So this is how bearish engulfing works. And I have posted about right now. I want to see a change of structure happening if Nifty breaks. So we can see we are in a uptrend here. So I want to see this low getting broken, 24,070 getting broken and filling this gap and starts to slide down. So every low has to, it has to, price has to make a new lows and start selling. Only then I'll start to believe the trend has changed. And 23,520 remains an important support. If this also breaches, then we will see this gap being filled, which could give huge targets. So if you are planning to trade, then wait for the structure, lower lows, lower high in the making, and then you get a trade, then you plan for the targets. Once this level breaks 23,560, then you can plan for the targets of 23,160. So this is my view on Nifty. And regarding stocks, Adani Power, I have already posted about. So I saw this chart because it came in my scanner. So if you see, there has been a huge cup and handle pattern with a loose base. So I already posted it before breakout, I think, on breakout day. So 180 was a breakout zone. Now, if it holds here and gives a pullback, then you can start to add. Then the stop loss should be below the breakout candle's low in the daily time frame, somewhere below this candle. 170 should be your stop loss. Please enter on hourly time frame. So price has to come down a bit. So it is in a strong uptrend here. So price has to come down a bit and hold here and then start to move up. So only then you can enter. Or if the entry is around 180 to 185, it is better because your stop loss is defines your risk. So you should be careful about your stop loss. And coming to Bill, so Bill is one of the stocks which are trading strongly. So if I want to check, this is a proper previous daily low, which has not been breached, and we have a reversal candle, something like an evening star. So this is one of the stocks which were in uptrend and continues to be so. So you can, the stock is good for buying, but the stock has given lot of returns here. So I wouldn't prefer to enter at this point for investment. If you are taking for swing trading, it's fine. So you can plan your positions accordingly. And then we have Shipping Corporation of India, SCI. So if you see on the long-term time frame, there has been a trend line breakout, and then we have another trend line breakout here in the weekly time frame. Right now, daily is suggesting a breakout again. So I have been watching this stock, and price has to hold above it. The volume has been pretty much good here. If you see, there has been a strong volume buildup in the consolidation phase. Something like a VCP pattern is being formed here. So VCP pattern, volatility contraction happening here. So there is a huge cup, then the volatility contracts. Again, you have a smaller cup. Then you have one more thing. So one more cup, the volatility contraction pattern, it has given a breakout. So on let price sustain here for some time, and then you enter based on your stop loss here. The stop loss could be huge, so plan accordingly. And then we have one more stockery was Bajaj HFL. Bajaj HFL. So if you see Bajaj HFL, the price is falling. So never buy a stock which is falling. Price has to make higher highs, higher lows. So it has to go like this. So it has to break the previous support, sorry, previous resistance, and then go up. It is falling. Please avoid this stock. And if you want to check how the trend has changed on any stock here, I would suggest people. There are a good number of stocks which are breaking out. Enox India. So these are the stocks breaking out, but I'm not seeing anything right now. I'll share the chart. Buy stocks which are breaking out rather than stocks which are falling. Just because it is moving up by 20, 30, 20, 10, 15%. Yes, there are stocks which are moving up, giving a push, but the stocks are in downtrend. Out of like 200 and 300 stocks, I hardly get 20 to 30 stocks. So you have to be very careful and pick the right stocks here. So that's all for today. Thank you so much.